So I have a Chrysler PT Cruiser 2001, and with the engine running, the track off stays on, and also the ABS warning light stays on there as well. Now I'm told that it is the ABS speed sensor. Now apparently there's one on each wheel, but with the code fault, it is the right hand front wheel that is the issue. So I'm going to address that. So I've taken the wheel off. Now this is the lead. This is the ABS speed sensor, which we need to remove. Hopefully that is the issue, so we need to remove that. So round here is a 10mm nut that we'll have to undo, and this is the drive that reads, or I should say the lead reads your speed off that drive. And there's a little dust cover here that we'll have to remove, and then we will pull out these from their clips, mount clips here. You just pull out, you probably need two hands, and then underneath here there will be a clip, so let's remove all that. As I suspected, because this 10mm nut here is very corroded, even with WD-40 on it. The head, it was just spinning. The 10mm socket just span on it. So what I've done is I've had to resort to hammering on a 3/8 of an inch socket instead, and that is working. It's coming undone. So all I'll need to do is replace that bolt for a 10mm one, a new one. But it is working, it's coming. So the bolt is out. Now if I wiggle this slowly out, that comes out. I'll just let it hang for a minute because I want to take off this dust cover gently, which is the state of that. I'll probably have to replace that. Okay, and I think the other half is still there. Well, it's corroded away, so I'm going to have to clean this face. So that part's come off. Good. Okay. See if I can wiggle that out. Yes, there's one. There's the other side. Okay, next we'll shoot from underneath. So if I lay underneath the car from this position, you will see the other end of the ABS speed sensor. So here it is. Now we need to cut off this cable tie, and we need to pop up that red clip there in to enable us to pull out the cable. So put up a screwdriver and push up the red clip. There we go, the red clip is up. I'm going to cut that cable tie with a Stanley knife. Okay, so the red clip has fallen out, but that's fine, I can put it back. But what you'll need to do is you'll need to pop this piece up, because you'll be struggling to get this off. Once that's popped up, then this just should slide off. There you go, that's it. So we've unplugged it. Brilliant. Now we just have to manhandle it out. Good. Okay, so one more thing to point out. I have the sensor cable out now, but if you really pull it, this will pop out of its mounting. This I believe is the brake line, so it just pops out of the rubber here, and then you'll have enough gap there to pull the ABS speed sensor away, and we'll leave that just to tuck up the new one when we replace it. So here we go. Here is the old ABS speed sensor. Now I can order a new one and use this to match it. Make sure I get the correct one. Wow, do I love mechanics. I don't mind it. I prefer acting actually, but what does one do when we're not acting? We fix things, we fix our vehicles, and we save money until the acting does come in. Excellent. It's only nuts and bolts, as my good friend Jeff said. It's only nuts and bolts. Okay, so the dust cover that I took off is absolutely shot. So I couldn't find one online at all, anywhere. I couldn't find any listings. So I've taken a piece of old galvanized trunking, hammered it flat, and I've offered up the old dust cover. I've drawn round it and I've cut it out with tin snips, and it's about the same thickness, and it's galvanized so it shouldn't rust, and I can bend it if it needs reshaping slightly once I put it back on the behind the wheel hub, but I do need to reshape it slightly here and drill some holes to match this one. So there we go. So here's the new ABS speed sensor from a company in Germany, from eBay. So let's hope that this all works. Okay, so I roughly have the cable in the right area. I've slid it up underneath here. So let's try and pop this back on with one hand. Clip down. Now I need to get this back into this little hole here. This little hole here. Pop this back out again actually. And its housing first. There we go. Now we have more room. Just turn that round. Back in. Okay, so you do need two hands to pop that stub back into the side of the car. Now, the ABS speed sensor is attached on this side, it's all plugged in. Now I need to go to the front side to put it onto the wheel hub. Here's that new little dust cover that I made, making sure that one of the holes is bigger. One takes the bolt and one goes over this part. This is the old speed sensor. So it kind of looks like this. Yep. So let's make sure that it fits the new one. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, fits lovely. Good stuff. So I'm going to bolt this up now. So we've pushed the leads back in here, and here it just slots in. I used a bit of copper grease. I didn't have any other grease with me, but copper grease is fine. And then it allows it to slide into this housing. And currently it's just in place with the new dust cover on, and I just need to nip up the bolt and we're done. So when I started the car, the warning lights were still on. Took it for a drive and both warning lights switched off. So the ABS speed sensor on the right hand side here that I replaced has done the job. Brilliant. I hope that helps somebody out. Looks like I need some fuel.